Well, hello and welcome to this episode of the Weekly Word. Father Ed Estock,
Father Dominic.
Father Rosser.
and we are considering the 18th Sunday in Ordinary Time. And I described these scriptures in the bulletin this week as challenging because they seem to be inviting us to look at our relationship with the things of the world. So I don't mean just like buildings and bank accounts and I don't know, jobs and titles and stuff like that, but even in our earthly relationships. And so the bottom line is that where in your daily life do you get your vibe, your motivation for life, satisfaction, what drives you? And evidently the Lord is suggesting, and the others, and well, in all the scriptures, that for those who are seeking their fulfillment in the worldly pursuits and material pursuits are chasing after a dead end. So
Yeah, and it's really it's a core religious focus. The vanity of the world versus kind of the depth of the spiritual life. And so, I think a lot of people probably think of religion as containing that conflict, and sometimes, maybe oftentimes, people are repelled by religion because of it. Oh, those religious people, they're just austere and boring, and they just are not fun, and they don't have any fun things. Yeah, that's part of the our struggle of being religious. Does this pursuit, do we avoid this pursuit of simplicity and being able to rid ourselves from excess, or do we dive into it? And if we dive into it, are we miserable because of it? Oh, I'm supposed to do this, I really don't like it. But if we look at the saints, we see that these saints who do it well are filled with joy, that they're filled with life, that their life is more attractive than these people who own these mansions and have power and these estates and money and influence. And so, looking at our faith and the witnesses, it is oftentimes distasteful for us to let go, but ideally it brings us what Christ wants to give us.
Yeah, it's really that sense of holding on to the wrong things in life that I think Christ is getting at in the gospel when he gives this parable of the rich fool who just wants to keep storing up things and building more storehouses and hold on to all these things. And what kind of spurs that parable is these two people that come to Jesus and say, look, we're arguing about this stuff. You got to tell us who's right here, who's going to get our father's inheritance, who's going to get all the money, as if that's the real thing that's important. They're like this. We believe and Christ isn't against money. We're not anti-money. We're not anti having a good life. But it's when those things in our life make us cause us to be divisive with those that we love, that cause division in our life, that we end up grasping for those things rather than seeking Christ. And when we try to find comfort, when we try to find satisfaction in those things of the world, that it's so easy for us to, just completely fall apart, because things of the world don't last. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. But Christ tells us, store up for yourselves what is eternal, what will last in heaven. That's faith, that's hope, that's love.
So I know I'm getting old, but I think both my mother and father, they had often repeated sayings about this. So my mother always said, money can't buy you happiness, but it's pretty hard to be happy without it. So I think, yeah, that's true. So we have to appreciate the comforts and the convenience of life, and oftentimes that's a material consideration. My father was often, well, I never saw our hearse pulling a U-Haul. So in other words, you can't take it with you, and that we are all concerned about these things. So I guess it is something that's on the top of our mind all the time. So I don't know how often you're checking your 401k, how often you're checking your Social Security check. Not because you are on the verge of not surviving, but because you're worrying about your security to the point where it's distracting you from being loving in the present moment. Not that I'm saying you should be, we have to give all of our stuff away, but it is, what is it that drives you in this life in pursuit of Christ? Is it taking care of yourself and making sure that you're secure, or is it laying down your life to pursue and to accompany Jesus in life? So I think that's the human, and obviously this is a terrible human dilemma. It's the dilemma, right? Are you going to follow me, or are you going to follow yourself? So it's possible that the more stuff we have, the more temptation we might have to ignore Jesus Christ and his mission and become involved in our earthly life. So it's not easy. In the church, we use the expression stewardship, that maybe everything in our lives, our family, our intelligence, our education, our security, our house, our friends, our family, maybe all of it could be considered more to be gift from God. And then whatever we do in life would be motivated by the gratitude for all those gifts, and to make sure that God is recognized in all of our life. I think that's maybe what Jesus is asking us to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you in church.
Peace.
Enjoy.